Alrighty, friends, welcome back. Check out the sweet menu, because we're professional here. I apparently found the gusto to try another one of these, so we're back. We're back with another crabby BT PhD and Nekopara and whatever is Nekopara. Also, sorry about the echo last time. I realized that my volume was up a little too high. So anyway, here we go. What was what she told me when I was finally able to get in touch with her? With any margin of negotiation space, I was struck down. But Shigure, even if you say that, I don't think chocolate and vanilla will... What the shit? Don't make it sound like it's a daily ritual or something. In any case... wait, Shigure. Seriously. As the ruthless electronic buzz of the dropped call echoed, I stared at my cell phone. And here I thought I could sort all this out if I just talked to Shigure. The cat girls in question were happily stuffing themselves with sandwiches. These sandwiches, incidentally, contained tomato, cheese, and lettuce. With an over-easy fried egg tucked inside all of that, it was a simple meal. Breakfast was pretty much like this. You two are definitely going home today, okay? What? Stop saying deliberately. Stop with the deliberately misleading words. I sighed at their happy-go-lucky mindset. I took the opportunity to fill their empty glasses with milk. The eating habit of cat girls was pretty much the same as those of humans, so that part was straightforward. Of course, what they liked and disliked depended on each individual cat girl. In the end, I wasn't able to get everything put away yesterday. Today I really do have to start getting ready for the bakery's opening, too. That's why I don't have time to relax and play with you two. Be good girls and go home. I'm attacking the mic. I said that too. We won't talk about what time of day it is. Yep. She put her sandwich down on her plate. And just like yesterday, she looked at me with upturned eyes. Yeah, it's a problem. I answered her clearly. Her shoulders drooped more than before. The ears which sat atop her head drooped downheartedly too. Unable to make fun of anything, Vanilla could only look on with concern. She is the peanut gallery. The pain from last night pricked at my heart again. I tilted the already cooled cup of coffee, as my emotion dulled, unimpeded by my judgment. Her usually always perky ears were drooping. You already said that. Chocolat was speaking clearly, under her own volition. Vanilla's usually blank expression did not change. However, she showed me with her strong determination. I don't remember Chocolat and Vanilla ever being this disobedient. That thought stayed at the back of my mind. But if I was going to be swayed by that, then I wouldn't have said this. That... understood? What? What? Hmm? What?
ご注文ありがとうございます。ロイヤルウッドです。ご注文いただきましたティーセットの配達にお伺いしました。ではこちらお店の中に運んじゃいますね。
Cool.
こちらの段ボールで全部ですね。では間違いなければ受領書にサインをいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
She smiled brightly and brought out the invoice along with the pen. Okay, let's see. I looked over the sales invoice I received once more. Somehow this doesn't look like what I ordered.
本当ですか？それは品物が違うということでしょうか。
No, the stuff I ordered is in here too, but I looked over at the pile of boxes inside the bakery. Inside of my tiny bakery was a mountain of boxes. A mountain! It was as if the inside of the bakery had become completely made of boxes. As you can see, we don't need this much tableware inside the bakery.
すみません。すぐに本社に確認しますので、少々お待ちいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
Did I pay for that much?
大変申し訳ございません。こちらのミスで別の注文書と混じってしまっていたようでして、水無月様の方もすぐにご入りようと思いますので、もしよろしければご注文分の食器を受け取っていただければと思うのです。
What? Accept this order. Huh? From all this? The mountain of cardboard boxes towered over everything. I was at a loss for words. Every box was of equal size. I wouldn't know what was inside each of them without opening them up. On top of that, looking at the sales invoice, I could see that they all contained expensive tea sets of tableware. If I accepted it all, it would be a lot of work to deal with the new items. There's still things that need doing in advance of my bakery's opening, so I don't mind accepting these, but it's going to take a while to deal with all of
もちろん
this.
私もお手伝いさせていただきますので、私も次の配達に行かないといけないですし。
Look, you don't need to put all this pressure on me. From the looks of it, it would take 2 hours or more. But to have it re-delivered would double the effort too. That's right, I have a lifeline.
にゃんですか？
Put them bitches to work.
猫ちゃんたち本当に助かりました。ありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございます。では私はこれで失礼させていただきますね。
What kind of company just dumps their wares, especially expensive tablewares? But I suppose this is not a story of, proper logistics and such. I glanced at the tableware we had finished organizing, lowered myself into a chair and relaxed my shoulders.
ご主人様、冷たいお茶です。どうぞ。
Thanks, Chocola. Don't mind if I do. I downed the cold tea in one gulp. Somehow or another, the light meal tableware had arrived. Soon I really had to get the bakery ready for its opening. I did say I need any help I could find, and I really did need help this time.
褒めて褒めて褒めて褒めて。
You're like a dog, not a cat. I could sense the praise me aura coming from Chocolat. She also said it out loud. She had a wide smile on her face and was in a ready stance to receive my approval. Thanks. I couldn't have done it without you two.
はい、ご主人様に褒めてもらっちゃったよ、バニラ。うんうん。柱の陰から見守ってた甲斐があったね。よしよし。ショコラ、ご主人様の役
Oh
に
my
立
god,
てました
step
ね。
away.
やっぱりご主人様一人じゃお仕事大変だと思うんです。うんうん。猫の手でも存分に役に立つ。私たちがいなかったらまだ仕分け続行中だと思う。
Hey, you two are getting a bit too close. They leaned forward towards me for emphasis. It's true that without you two around, this would have been a real problem, but that's a different issue than the one before. You two have to go back home. Besides, it's not like I could ask you two to work for me or anything, okay?
そうですか。やっぱりダメですか。
Her shoulders drooped along with her ears and tail. The enthusiasm she showed earlier had completely disappeared. She sighed deeply and looked disheartened.
掃除でもしてきます。せっかくですし。
She trudged up to the second floor, still dejected. Chocolat isn't an idiot. I knew she was pushing herself to be bright and full of energy. But even so, this wasn't something I was going to easily change my mind about. It was all the more with how much she cared for me. Okay.
ご主人、私たちがいたらそんなに迷惑？
She spoke quietly in her usual way. Vanilla tilted her head as she asked that question. You two aren't bad cat girls, and that's why I can't have you stay
悪い
here.
子じゃないのにダメなの？
It's because you two are good cat girls that I can't allow it. She blinked as she took in my words. It's almost as if she was trying to peer inside my heart. She stared directly at me long and
人っ
hard.
て難しい。猫にもそういうのはわからない。好きならそばにいたい。少なくとも私はそう思うけど。チョコラのところ行ってくる。
With those words, she went upstairs. The sound of her small footsteps slowly disappeared, and before long, I couldn't hear them anymore. Humans are hard to understand, huh? I concur. Inside the bakery, not devoid of anyone but myself, I repeated those words she had just said to me. Now that I think about it, that's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? Cats don't understand that. Having heard that said out loud, I began to understand what it really meant. It must be nice to live a simple life of a cat girl, huh? I don't know, it sounds pretty bloody awful. I pondered as I looked at the name of the bakery affixed to the window. With a better smile, I began to clean up the tea sets that had arrived earlier.
Nekopara. あれ、今日はあのたこ焼き屋がいない。
Bummer. Just like yesterday, we took a walk through the park in the evening. However, that food stand was nowhere to be found. It just so happened that no one was home on the day, and I decided to take the two cat girls home. I had happened to leave the house key behind. So, to make good use of time, I went to do some shopping before Shigure got home.
ごめんバニラ。なんだっけ？また旅だっけ？だいたいそんな感じ。
That isn't the right word at all. Chocolate, if you're tired, why don't we rest a bit?
はい、少しだけ。でも大丈夫ですから。心配かけてごめんなさい。
There's no need for you to apologize. She had a troubled smile on her face as she nodded. It was pretty clear why she wasn't in good spirits. That's why there was really nothing I could say to her. Well, there happens to be a bench over there, so why don't we rest for a bit?
私、何か飲み物買ってくる。
Ah, thanks. Something for everyone, okay?
了解。任された。
I handed Vanilla some change and offered the bench to Chocolat. The constant sea breeze rustled the trees in the park. All that could be heard throughout the empty park were quiet sounds of nature. Silently, I sat down next to the disheartened Chocolat. Like the gently setting sun, time passed by slowly.
ショコラ、帰ります。
Her voice was so quiet that I wasn't quite sure if I had heard her or not. Even so, she answered clearly. Without saying a word, I responded by gently rubbing Chocolat's
何
head.
はご主人様に電話してもいいですか？
Yeah.
またご主人様のところに遊びに来てもいいですか？
Yep.
ご主人様はショコラたちのことはちゃんと毎日思い出してくれますか？ショコラは離れててもご主人様って呼んでてもいい。
Her voice trembled as she frantically wiped away her tears. She stifled her sobbing, and her voice became strained. She looked pained as she did her best to hold back her emotions, biting her lips. I held back my irresponsible words that were on the brink of coming out with all my strength. Yeah, of course I will.
主人、ごめんなさい。主人様。
Okay, enough of that. I was frustrated at myself for saying nothing. I was empty. I could only offer condolences that could not be put into words. I rubbed Chocolat's head as gently as I could.
やっぱりご主人様は優しいですね。
I don't really think I'm kind at all.
ご主人様、前も同じこと言ってましたから。
Before? Chocolat closed her eyes and smiled.
覚えてますか？ショコラとバニラをご主人様としぐれちゃんが連れて帰ってくれた時のこと。
Ah, of course I remember that. Are we gonna have a flashback? Banana. It was a cold day half a year ago. Chocolat and Vanilla were huddled together, crying by the side of the road. They were still so young, they couldn't even speak yet. It was that day that I embraced their small, cold bodies and took them home with me. There was no way I could simply forget that important day when our family grew. In the beginning, you two really couldn't get used to things at
あの
home.
時は知らないお家で知らない人と猫ばっかりで怖くて。
You two would need it all, which really worried Shikurai. I clearly didn't give
で
two
も
shits
心
though.
配かけちゃいました。
I started to hear a tiny bit of laughter in her voice as we reminisced
シ
about the
ョコラと
past.
バニラが熱を出した時のことも。
I definitely remember that. More flashbacks. A few days after we brought Chocolat and Vanilla home, at that point, they'd occasionally drink some water, and as always, they didn't really touch their food. The combination of malnourishment and cold weather had begun to weaken their bodies. They both developed high fevers and were in pain.
あの時は夜中で誰にも気づいてもらえなくて、とにかく苦しくて辛くて寂しくて声も出せなくて、手も足も全然動かなくて、助けて誰か助けてって思いながらただただ泣いてたんです。そしたら
It's alright, I'm with you too, so don't
ご
worry.
主人様が大きくてあったかい手でずっとそばで大丈夫大丈夫ってショコラとバニラのこと撫で続けてくれてました。朝になって病院に行くまでずっと不安で心細かったのが全部嘘だったみたいに。あの時も同じこと言ってました。俺は別に優しくなんかないって。でもショコラたちはご主人様が助けてくれなかったらここにいなかったです。あの時ご主人様がそばにいてくれなかったら誰も信じられないままでした。ご主人様のおかげでご飯も食べれるようになりました。しぐれちゃんともみんなとも仲良くなれました。だからあの時からショコラのご主人様はご主人様になったんです。ショコラはそれからずっと優しいご主人様のことが大好きなんですよ。
I wish that her tear-filled eyes would not spill over. Those tears were filled with anxiety, sadness, and happiness. She smiled all she could before me.
だからショコラはご主人様がいなくなっちゃうって聞いて、いても立ってもいられなくて、どうしても一緒に行きたくて、しぐれちゃんにお願いをしたんです。
She said that with the faintest of smiles, one that seemed as if it would disappear at any moment. Those words were so gentle and warm, but there was also an undeniable sadness and emptiness mixed in them. Chocolat. It was the one she was saying all this. I was the one she was saying all this to. Even so, the only thing I could say back to her was her name.
お金のこととか難しいことはやっぱり猫にはわからないです。でもやっぱりショコラはご主人様のそばにいたいんです。ご主人様が辛くて大変そうなのなんとなくわかります。本当になんとなくですけど、お掃除でもお洗濯でもお料理でもショコラがお手伝いできることは何でもしますから。今すぐにはできなくても絶対にちゃんとできるようになりますから。だからもう一度だけお願いしちゃダメでしょうか。ショコラはご主人様と一緒に。
Chocolat voiced her feelings clearly once again, and barely kept her tears from overflowing. Chocolat, if you could be with me. I was engulfed by my inner thoughts, which were ready to overflow. She yearned for me so earnestly, for her to so innocently believe in me. There should be no reason for me to be against it. That day, Chocolat and Vanilla became an important part of my family. As long as they were with me, the days would be bright and enjoyable. I was simply selfish for just leaving home like that. I didn't want to get my dear family wrapped up in my selfishness, or have them experience any unnecessary hardship because of me. You two are important to me, after all. Oh, hey.
私たちは猫だから自分に素直なだけ。
My inner conflict was disrupted by Vanilla. Vanilla had returned at some point, and she looked straight at me as she sat at Chocola's
私
side.
なら楽しいことならショコラと一緒がいい。たとえ辛いことでもショコラと一緒にいたいと思う。だって一緒にいれないことの方が寂しくて辛いから。本当に好きなら迷惑かけたって一緒にいたい。それでも一緒にいたいものだと思う。私たちが幸せかどうかなんていくらご主人でも決めつけるのは違うと思うよ。それに大事な人が大変ならなおさらそばにいたい。何ができるかはわからないけど、でも辛い時にそばで励ますことくらい。
It was as if her gentle, warm, and soft smile had become the setting sun. These uncharacteristic words from Vanilla deeply penetrated and seeped into my
だ
heart.
からきっとしぐれも私たちがご主人のところについていくのを許してくれた。しぐれはご主人と一緒に行くことはできないから、だからご主人が本当にショコラのことを思うなら。
There was not even the faintest bit of hesitation. They were such honest and absolutely straightforward words. Who am I to dictate Chocolat Vanilla's happiness? Only those words continued to strongly resonate in my mind, which was otherwise empty.
たとえ何不自
Implying
由
that
も
we're
ない
dumb,
暮らし
game.
でもご主人様がいないのは嫌なんです。いくら大変でもショコラはご主人様と一緒にいたいんです。だからお願いします。ご主人様のそばにいさせてください。ここがショコラがい
This
たい場所なん
conversation
で
has
す。
gone on too long. You're on the verge of tears again. Can you hear? Can you hear how much I care? But her face lit up. They were nothing but absolute, pure, genuine words. Humans really are at a loss for words when it comes to cat girls, huh? Aren't they just kind of at a loss for words in general? Because humans are weird and confused. Saying no to their words wasn't something I could bring myself to do.
ご主人様。
It won't be like it was back at home. You can't just live here however you like, got it?
大丈夫です。ご主人様がいるだけでショコラは幸せですから。やれやれ。ついにご主人陥落。いやよいやよもう好きのうち。
The dreary moment seemed to be blown away by her dazzling smile. Despite all this talk about family, perhaps I was the one that didn't really believe in it. Talking about all this from their perspective, it was very simple. Although I thought it was still so immature. Perhaps cat girls were more human than humans were when it came to honesty. I will refrain from commenting on that. From here on out, we need to do our best all together.
毎晩大トロじゃなくて大丈夫です。たまにでいいです。お肉も A4 でいい。松阪牛なら脂身最高。
I'll agree with that. Is that all you guys have been eating at home? Even if the road ahead of us is uncertain, I lovingly rubbed their heads, disheveling their hair. And then, like proper cats, they scratched the shit out of me. Alright, why don't we head back to the shopping district then?
なんでですか？お買い物はもう終わったんですよね。
We have to go buy that shampoo you guys liked, don't we?
ご主人かっこいい。ついでに松阪牛も買おう。
Well, today is a celebration, so why
や
not?
ったー！お祝いパーティーですね。ご主人太っ腹。
Just this once, okay? This was the beginning of a bright new life, and together with the happy, high-spirited Chocolat and Vanilla, we took the first steps towards it. That is an effect. Oh my Video cut out. Let's see if we can trigger it again. Sorry, friends. Oh, come on. Got the sweet intro video. Boop. There we go. Oh, look at how derp it is. Sorry, friends. Come on, you can do it. It's thinking about it. Oh man, it's just... It is freaking out. This is very exciting. Well, it's totally still spazzing. I wonder why. Does that help? Nope, that makes it worse. Oh, sorry, this is so janky, friends. I'm certain that you can look this up if you really want to see it. The art is very lovely. What are they wearing? Oh, sweet Jesus. Well, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised there is apparently an 18+ patch. So I'm guessing the point of this game is to build a cat cafe? Wow, it's still talking out. Okay. Well, I think it's definitely time to cut this video to try and prevent OBS capture to stop spazzing out. You'll deserve better than that. So I'll say farewell for now, friends, and we'll pick up where we left off on Nekopara after the video that just went totally bonkers. See you next time!